Peace, seniors, 12th graders. It's March. I hope you're still marching forward. That means you're getting a little closer to walking across that stage for graduation or other choices after high school. In this video, I'm going to continue talking about some tips to keep the momentum in the 12th grade, as well as for checking your college acceptances, reviewing financial aid packages, preparing for post-secondary options, and more. Greetings for those of you that know me or don't know me. I am Bilquis. I'm one of the consultants for School Funding Secrets, where we provide consultation and information on counseling topics, school counseling topics for 8th through 12th graders, first year college students, and parents and guardians on the financial aid process, completing the financial aid, financial literacy, and strategies for student success. Whew. So what's going on with you? What's happening in March? I hope you're still just staying focused. If not, what do you need to know? Number one, familiarize yourself with the financial aid deadlines. Hopefully you have done this already. You're keeping track of it, the requirements, completing the required forms. And I just want to make sure to emphasize and go over the difference between FAFSA deadlines. So you're going to remember to check the institution or school's deadlines. So for example, Ohio State University has an on or before the priority date of February 1st, 2023. However, the state of Ohio has a deadline for October 1st, 2023, which means as a state resident of Ohio, you are going to be eligible for state funding if you are going to a state school in Ohio. Then you have the FAFSA deadline, which is different. Remember, free application for federal student aid. This is the form you're utilizing to apply for financial aid. So for that one, that is actually June 30th, 2024 at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. Then you want to understand registration deadlines for the school or institution that you're applying to. It could be the address, when you want to make sure your monies are going to be there before the deadline, so your classes are not going to drop. So there's various deadlines. You want to be sure you're keeping track of that. Number two, you hopefully, if you have the resources, you have visited the colleges that you are wishing to enroll. So now we understand, maybe you have done it online, but now you need to really see it and make it tangible. Like, okay, making sure this is the place where I want to go, and this is going to help you to make your final decision. You're also trying to make sure, when do you have to submit your approval for which colleges have accepted you and by when. 3, you're reviewing your college acceptances. So you're comparing the financial aid. Excuse that noise outside. I decided to come into the car because it's this great lighting out here, and I just wanted to continue this before it's too late. It's never too late, but you know what I mean. You're reviewing your financial aid. So by this time, you already made your list of your colleges. You hopefully that they're based on your interests. So example, what you're choosing, whether it's the location, the cost, the offering of the majors or minors that's going to help you prepare you for that job or career that you're interested in. Just to list a few. More importantly, that cost. The cost of how much it's going to take of your time, resources, besides money that may be free. I'm going to break it down in a minute, of what the cost is going to require over the year or over the 4 years, or however much time it's going to take you to complete that degree. So for instance, you want to make sure you're comparing the financial offers across between the colleges. And remember, it's going to be a little different. So you're looking at your financial aid award packages. So whether it's federal money, grants, money you do not have to pay back, any federal work study. This is when you are going to actually get a job on campus or one of the approved sites, and in exchange for your hours of working, you're going to receive federal funds that will go towards your education, as well as loans. Loans, of course, if you loan $5 to someone, they're expecting that $5 back. So this is all federal government money. Then you also have the state, which goes down the same pathway with the exception of work study. State grants, state loans, and then private money, whether it's through the school, institution, or you're getting it from another source, and as well as the actual institution that will also provide you certain monies from their institution. And that's one thing I want to also make sure you understand, the school's deadline, because a lot of times based on that deadline, it will allow you to be eligible for certain institutional monies, institutional funding that is based on, they will have a system that will go through and will pick out students that applied by this date, and it will filter it through. So you want to be sure that you're keeping track of the school's deadline as well as those other deadlines that I mentioned. So So you're basing the cost of attending the school, and the amount's going to vary from each school, remember. So it's not going to be same, nor will it be really the same as your classmate. Let's say, for instance, they are applying to the same school, or you're kind of talking to each other and you're looking, wait, why didn't I get that amount of money? And while it may be different, it may jog your memory to think, or I should say, jog you to have some questions, or allow you to prompt you to have questions. So feel free, yes, to get in touch with the financial office and say, oh, well, I know the student may have received this, but please know that it's everyone's financial picture and situation is different. Then you're looking for the cost that you have to contribute at the end after all that is applied, like what the net cost. That net cost for the school that you are considering. The net cost is the amount you have to pay out of pocket. And again, that can still be supplemented by other funding sources, but you just want to get an idea, okay, well, this is after everything has been applied, whether it's scholarships, federal money, state money, if applicable, institutional funds. This is the amount of money that is left for me to self-pay myself or a parent, whoever's going to be helping to contribute. So now we have to figure out how much is going to be left over. Now, again, that can also still be different across the schools. So what do you accept? You're going to check when you have to accept a decision. Remember, I mentioned that. And by when it's a package. You don't want to sign anything until you read over everything. And typically, you want to choose your free money first. So studentaid.gov, which is ran by the U.S. Department of Education, the federal government, they always recommend, I shouldn't say always, but the following is recommended. Of course, accept the free money first, the scholarships, the grants, money you do not have to pay back. And then any earned money seconds, such as work study. Then borrowed money will be last. Of course, you're not forced to do any of this. This is just a recommendation. And again, you want to make sure that you are reviewing everything before you sign or approve on what the policy is. And of course, you can reach out to School Funding Secrets for more assistance. Your school counselor, hopefully, or a relative or a sibling or someone else that may have went on to school, as well as other programs or organizations that you may be participating in that may be able to assist you. Number 4. Contacts the school's financial aid office if you have not done so already. And you just want to get to know them, especially if you have questions about the financial aid award package. But also, they can start telling you about deadlines. They get to know who you are, put a name to a face. And of course, the financial aid office is supposed to treat every student the same. As a former staff member in the financial aid office, it's very nice to know who you're talking to. And sometimes, even though you had actually submitted your financial aid application, there are other monies that may come through after the deadline that you may be eligible for, and because you have a rapport with that staff member, they will say, oh, such and such I was speaking to about this situation, this will fit that person. And also sometimes situations may change, so you already have built that rapport. You can talk to them and let them know that, although I have received this, is there anything else that I may be eligible for? You please consider me going down, going later on down my journey or whatever it may be, that I may be eligible for additional funding. And then you also want to make sure you're keeping in touch with them to make sure you're submitting any important paperwork. Number 5, you're still meeting with your school counselor. This does not stop. You're making sure you're discussing your college admissions decisions, getting assistance on when to notify, how to notify of your decisions only after receiving all your financial aid offers. So, I mean, of course, if you already have that top school you're waiting for, you're like, wait a minute, I'm going to this school no matter what. That's fine. I still just advise make sure all your financial offers are in. You're comparing across the board, how much you're getting from this school and what are the options, what's the best fit for you. You still with me, seniors? All right, so I'm going to just give just a bonus. Discussing your summer plans. You still want to make sure you're going over this and to get any offer on advice from your school counselor as well as School Funding Secrets or anyone in your family to look at if you're going to be doing any internships that you can participate in to get that experience working, because you may just want to have money before you go into school, or if that was a choice that you're making, that you're taking a gap year. And I explained that in my February video for seniors. So you may want to travel. You're not deciding to go to an institution or a trade school right away after graduating. You want to get some extra experience. You're participating in these summer prep programs, volunteering. You may just want to relax because you work so hard. So those are the five tips. I wanted to make sure to go over tips for additional success, just keeping you motivated. It's very important that you are taking care of your health. as a school counselor and one that's certified in school counseling. All school counselors, we take that oath to make sure we're not just worried about your academics, we're also worried about your social and emotional well-being. So we want to be sure physically and spiritually you're well. Be sure you're eating healthy, you're having healthy relationships with someone, some people, your family, someone to connect to in a safe environment. If you are not sure what any of that looks like or how that's defined to you, make sure you're touching base with your school counselor just to have a check-in moments. Make an appointment. If not sure, please still reach out to School Funding Secrets for additional resources. Just know the help is out there. I hope you enjoyed this video, these tips. I hope you're staying motivated. And spring break is coming around the corner for those that I'm not sure, depending on where you are in the United States of America, that's approaching and the weather is getting warmer. Still stay motivated, keep marching forward. Please like this video, leave comments. Feel free to give me some feedback. Subscribe to School Funding Secrets YouTube channel. Click that bell. And if you are interested in any resources or connecting for consultation, there will be a link in the description box, or you can refer this to an adult or someone that you may want to give more information, or they will be able to click the link to get more information to assist you. As always, I am hoping for the best. Enjoy this journey and the ride, and see you next time. Much peace.